Welcome to the FGC Podcast. This be the Turkster.
And this is Slug coming at you from a new angle. What's up, buddy?
Not too much. Just hanging out. Happy Sunday. Happy life. Vibing, chilling, doing all that kind of stuff. What's going on in the House of the Slug? Anything exciting?
I mean, there's always something exciting. With this new angle comes spring cleaning, comes new changes. It's not necessarily spring yet. Okay, I know it's only January, but it's a new year. Time to remake some stuff. Now, for those of our peeps who really like the up the nose angle, you can still check that on Slugless's OnlyFans. So if you want all the nostril shots that your money can buy, hit me up on OnlyFans.
So you have an OnlyFans now, huh?
You never know. It might. If a lot of people said, "Oh my God, what's your link?" Then hell yeah, I have one. I will have one as soon as somebody says, "Can I get that hyperlink?"
I do have to say, I enjoy this view much more than the view that I've been seeing for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
No longer looking up your nose. And sometimes you got some major runners, so I'm glad that I don't have to see that.
And it's not even the boogies; it's just the hair. I have so much hair and it's thick. Notice that I'm coming in widescreen. You're kind of like rectangular north-south, and I'm rectangular east-west. It's kind of nice, and I see that you put your pointer right on my chin, which is going to draw my eye to my video. But no, this is a beautiful angle, isn't it? I bought myself this nice boom stand at the beginning of all this, and with this awesome microphone that you got me, it can articulate wherever I need to. So I'm stretched all the way across the desk. I got my water here. I'm lounging, so I'm kind of sitting up straight. I'm really liking it. Now, I'm a little closer to the TV, so I still have this hue going on over here on this side of my face.
But now, does this angle promote healthy gaming as well, or do you have to readjust if you want to play computer games?
Oh, this wouldn't necessarily. Now I could probably golf it from here in Among Us.
But you can't do some heavy duty DC Universe Online stuff like you've been doing.
No, maybe not Valorant. Although the angle does have to change, you would probably still see me. You would just see the side.
You just do a side profile. A lot of streamers do side profiles.
Exactly. Right? So I'm thinking this is gonna work. Ideally,
Go ahead. I watched a streamer the other day that had this weird downward angle. So his camera was over here, so that you could see his computer. And no one wants to look into your computer case.
Yeah,
that's just weird. It's just weird.
Unless he's flexing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a NVIDIA XG7 7500. Haha, twat. I don't care what you got.
Did he need to
What's up,
That's a little aggressive.
Maybe, but I mean, if he's doing it because of that, then he is one. If he just did it because that's the best angle for himself, then I'm glad he found something to work. But I have the cord wrapping 180 degrees, actually, so it's wrapping 310 degrees around the computer when I could just run it 19 degrees the other way to reduce some slack. So I might do that and have Hannah build me a little something that comes off, and then it would give me an even better side on angle, so then you would see me gaming and I could be comfortable during the pods. But I'm really liking this, and the whole reason I'm switching things up is now that it's a new year, it's legally now our home that we purchased. So I made some permanent adjustments to my room, and I put up some nice shelves that I shared on my personal social media. So I got a lot of my Funkos that were just kind of crammed into a corner, hidden. They're now proudly displayed. I got the whole Vox Machina set watching over my computer right now, like my little guardian angels. I got a nice little side shelf that's 5 deep over here to my left. My bookshelf is uncluttered now, or my dresser's uncluttered. My bookshelf is beautiful and actually has books and liquor on it. I'm really happy with what I got going on in the room.
That's cool. I need to get some aesthetics set up here in this space. I've got I have a really cool painting that we got it several years ago when we were in Erie, when we visited the little tower thing that's like right in the pier.
Like the observation deck on the
Yeah,
pier.
yeah, the observation deck. It's of Lake Erie, um, and it has all the ships that got sunk throughout the wars and stuff, like during like the Revolution, and everything. How that was like, how a lot of they had a couple battles that were up there in Lake Erie and stuff. Um, it has like all of those like it has like it's kind of like a graveyard map of all the different ships that are up there. We just never hung it up because it's a weird ass size and it's tough to find a frame for it to fit in. Um,
Mhm.
so that's one thing I wanna that's one of the things that I'd wanna hang up around here. Probably put back there. But right now all you see is space. Uncle Dale, what's up? Thanks for hanging out, Pops. Glad you're here.
I'm always happy to see Pops in the chat.
And then Stephen Boyd dropped by. He said, "How you doing?" I got nothing.
Steven, what's up, cuz? I'm
Um,
glad you stopped by. This should be a fun one. Even if you only have a minute, I'm glad you stopped by. It's great hearing from you.
so every week I ask a question. I start the podcast off with this question every week. It's gonna be pretty funny to hear your
Yeah.
answer. So I'm gonna pause you.
I'll already say "fuck you" to this question.
I'm gonna pause you. I'm gonna pause you and share my story because I feel like you're gonna have to go a little bit of a rant on yours.
Mm-hmm.
So this week we've been just eating in house a lot. However, yesterday we partied. We partied hard. Thank you for the like, Stephen Boyd.
Yep.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yesterday for breakfast, I literally captured Gabriella. She was walking the dog. I had finished some work stuff, and I had to drive around campus and deliver some stuff. And I saw her walking the dog. I was like, "Get in the car." She's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Get in the car." And so we ordered breakfast Sammys from this. So we went there the first time, and the vibe was not good. It was a restaurant, like a dining room that had all carpet. And it smelled like smoke, and like I'm pretty sure people were smoking. Like it just wasn't a good vibe. It was just like your typical like crappy, not crappy, but like low, like your typical diner, like just your sausage link kind of brunch kind of like it's just your typical like greasy
spoon diner. You get a couple cheap sandwiches. I get you.
Sprout coming in with the like. What up, girl? Thank you for the like. So anyway, we didn't really like the vibe, so we never went back. Food was all right, but we had other breakfasts better where it wasn't kind of like a weird environment. Well, I got debated because they built a new. I just typed in breakfast sandwiches near me, and I didn't remember the name of the place.
Okay.
But there was a new restaurant that opened up right near our house, and it looked super, super fancy in the pictures and had really, really good reviews. So I was like, hey, we're going to go get a breakfast sandwich here. So I abducted her. We ordered it. I ordered the carnivore sandwich on Texas toast. I walk in, and I'm like, wait, this is the same place. And they had like the same like old like red plastic cups that you got at like Main Moon in Edinburgh. Their waitresses were just wearing like sweatpants and just like weird, just like t-shirts and stuff. I was like, oh, so this is the exact same place. They just put it in a fancy building. But the breakfast sandwich was killer. I just wish it was toasted. There's a picture of it on our Instagram if you want to go look at it and check it out. It had ham, bacon, sausage, and something else on it. And then tons of cheesy eggs. And like a maple butter like mayo thing.
Do you have different meat? Is there like a briskety kind of roast, or is it Canadian bacon on there? What would you have? Do you have some scrapple?
No, ham, bacon, sausage. You know what? I'll just pull it up.
Some hash browns on it. Yeah, I gotta know.
And then they had home fries, and I chose the decision of not asking for silverware because Gabtron is fully embraced and turned our house into a sustainable household. You know, we're doing our part, and I'm drinking out of mason jars now, which is pretty nice. Well, I said, no, we're going to save the environment. We don't need your forks. So they had a toothpick in my sandwich. I ate all my potatoes with a toothpick. I felt like a real badass.
So I'm assuming it's plastic silverware, and you don't have a problem with metal silverware because I don't know how that's.
No. We love metal silverware. We just plastic silverware will kill you. You know, it'll take you out by the
I don't.
legs, shoot you in the back.
Your snowflake army have to tell me how my plastic.
No. Plastic silverware. One day you're just walking, you trip, and then it'll slice your Achilles tendon. You'll never be able to walk again. That's what I hear.
You stabbed me full force with a plastic fork and knife in the back, and I didn't feel a thing. So I don't think you're going to trip and fall and cut your Achilles. But I digress. Continue with your.
That's how it's going to happen. I'm pretty sure. That's what I was told. It was grilled Texas toast, bacon, sausage, ham, American Swiss, fried eggs, and maple mayo. It was real good. Gabs just got a regular breakfast sandwich with bacon and had like a garlic dill aioli or something on it. She said it was really good. I'm all in on it. It was good. I mean, they're opening up a coffee shop. We'll probably try that out. I'm excited for that. And then yesterday, I wanted fried chicken. I've been wanting fried chicken for a while. And so I typed in, it was snowing, so we didn't want to drive anywhere. So I looked up DoorDash, looked for something local, found a place called Cocky's Fried Chicken. It had like soul food and all kinds of different things. Thanks for hanging out, Steve. Appreciate you. Enjoy your food. And so we ordered some chicken tenders. We got some chicken tenders, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, butter garlic biscuits. We got a ton of them. And it was only like $30. That was like, we had way too much food. And so it was 2 meals out of it for 2 people. So technically 4 meals out of it for 2 people. It's pretty damn good. Big fan of it. I'm gonna eat that for lunch here. So it was super tasty.
Are you gonna have more fried chicken and delicious leftovers for lunch?
So I mean, what have you been eating, Doug? I'm sure that you've got a wonderful menu of delicious, tasty items that you've had.
I do, Turk. I'm glad you asked. Thanks. Well, after our sub showdown last Sunday, I had leftovers for 2 days because I was not wasting them. And I need to reiterate, Jimmy John's is just the superior stuff. The next day, nice and cold, everything compact. The mayo was still great. The French bread was still chewy with a little bit of that tang to it. The soft, like chewy crust, but the soft inside. The freshest vegetable toppings. The meat was nice, and it was perfect. But after finishing that, and Tuesday snacking on some mac and cheese and chicken nuggies to finish off my my subs and to start the end of my old lifestyle, I decided that Wednesday I started a potato cleanse, which I mentioned last week. So I have had nothing but baked potatoes and potato chunks since Wednesday, and it's great. It is great. I've had potatoes. I've had chopped up potatoes. I've had more chopped up potatoes. And then I got a little frisky and threw in a couple baked baby potatoes.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Boil them.
I want that, but I feel like the stew is illegal. Mashing them is gross unless you have butter and cream. So I have been doing very well. Now, there's different potato cleanses. There's the one that Penn from Penn and Teller, he did straight basic, just baked potatoes, boiled potato, mashed potato. That's it. No oil, no salt, no butter. But there are other potato cleanses that say, you know what? It's just to break you of your habits and to break you of cravings. So a little oil won't kill you. So I usually have plain potatoes for breakfast, like the first meal of the day. The second meal of the day will just be a little bit of oil. I've not yet used butter yet. Just straight oil and maybe like a teaspoon of oil. Just something basic just to kind of lube them up. And maybe I'll take salt, I'll throw it at the wall, and then anything that falls off the wall onto my plate, that's what I have for dinner with the potatoes. I've now made it, this will be my 5th day on the cleanse, I've now decided to reward myself. I'm going to upgrade to hot sauces. I'm not adding anything of real sustenance to them. It's still just potatoes. I'm not going to add butter, but I'm going to go with some hot sauces that I have to give you just a little bit of flavor. And I will tell you what, this is one of the hardest things I've ever done. The first day was a cakewalk. I was like, I don't know why anyone couldn't do this. And I hate potatoes. I just don't like them. I think they're gross unless they're cooked perfectly. I think leftover potatoes are just chunky, hard garbage. I think if you overcook a potato, it's garbage. If you undercook a potato, it's double garbage. So this has been quite challenging because all I want is anything else. And so I've been going through different phases with this. I don't know if you'd like me to go into more detail with that for you, but I can.
No, I would love to, because considering the last cleanse you had, which was like an all diet, or which is like a
Last
all
time I
veggie
tried to
like
go
juice
week,
cleanse.
literally a year from today. Like a year from today, last year at this time, I was coming off a week of veganism, and I had a waterfall shit that ruined my life. It was it had me so jacked up that I had to go to the doctor afterward because I think I cleared out all the good and bad bacteria from my stomach. Like I just completely wrecked myself. And
Yeah.
so this has been much more enjoyable, but it's also been more challenging because with the vegan, you had different flavors. And I think that's this whole point. You're not going to lose weight eating nothing but potatoes. Although at some point, I think you might lose some weight because I found that there's no more filtering in my system, in my body. But we'll get to that. So the first day was like, great, got this, done. I can eat these potatoes all day. Second day, I woke up and I ate that first bowl of potatoes. I was like, okay, but what else? Then the second bowl of potatoes came. And I was like, I hate this. I want pizza. I want chicken sandwiches. I want quesadillas. I want macaroni and cheese. I wanted all the bad stuff. And so that's what my body was trying to purge itself of. It's trying to get rid of all those urges. So by dinner, I was like, please give me a little bit of the seasoning on it. And I ate the seasoning and I devoured it. And I was like, but I want more. And I wanted all the things that I didn't want. Now, Hannah had done this for 4 days because at the end of the fourth day, she didn't even want potatoes. So technically, she ate nothing but potatoes for 4 days. But on the fourth day, she didn't eat because she was tired of potatoes and she just wanted a salad. She wanted healthy food. I knew that I was still not in the safety zone because I didn't want healthy food. I still wanted unhealthy food. Third day rolled around. It was a little easier, but I still wanted foods. But I found myself craving other things. And now, when I did a cereal diet, I did a fruit cleanse before, I've done a week of being vegan. My body craves protein. And for some reason, I have not craved protein yet because I'm a hit or miss guy with eggs and sausage, but I crave eggs and sausage when I put my body through these changes. I don't know why, but something about just a nice greasy egg and a sausage link or a couple sausage patties, I just crave it. I want to just dig into it. So I haven't gotten to the eggs and sausage portion of this cleanse yet. But what I found is that without the salt, without the sodium going into my body, without any other garbage, I am I'm not filtering, I'm not retaining. How about that? I'm sure I'm filtering. I'm not retaining any water. So whatever I drink is coming out within an hour. It is crazy. It is running through my system. And at night, you go to bed and you're like, I don't want to wake up to pee. Come morning time, it is the dangerous looking concoction coming out of my body. Like if I were to send you a picture of the pee that comes out in the morning, you would tell that person, go to the hospital and seek medical attention immediately because you're probably in renal failure.
Well,
But that's
have you thought about maybe seeking medical attention?
Well, no, because it goes right away as soon as I get up and drink. It's almost like my body is like, cool, we're just pumping out whatever pee you're putting in. And I feel okay. Now, the thing is, Hannah felt great because she Metamuciled every day. I failed the Metamucil for the first 4 days. So, only having potatoes in me, there's nothing else pushing it out. So, I've been having a little bit of constipation. I know Sandy Boy would be so proud. Well, she should be proud because I did take her advice and change the nose camera angle, but now I'm talking about more poop stuff on the podcast. Amazing how much poop really does control my life. But I guess when you're disabled and it's hard to, you can't take yourself to the bathroom, poop really does hold a very important place in my life. And
Yeah.
so that constipation has been quite disruptive for the last 2 days. Um, The first 2 days it was great. It was normal. I was like, wow, if I could poop this easy, I'll never not eat potatoes. I'll eat potatoes every day for the rest of my life if I don't have to worry about bowel movements like this. But then the constipation hit. So I'm gonna be throwing all my extra jutsus at it. I'm gonna be throwing all my Metamucil jutsus and my special smooth moves, and I'm gonna keep myself regular, and I'm going to continue through this. I'm gonna at least make it a week. And really, I think it's important. It is that craving. I didn't realize how much I would really want food until you stop eating food. Like you eat food every day. But when you stop eating the things that you take for granted, your body's like, you better give it to me. And so I'm really excited that after this potato cleanse, I've already made the deal. Hannah and I were on a total agreement that when it's safe to go outside again, when vaccines have been distributed, and maybe when the delivery systems are better and the pickup systems are where we need it to be, we will be treating ourselves to sushi. That's the only time we're going to break this low carb, healthier lifestyle that we are going to get back into, because I like the way I looked 2.5 years ago before Slug's Pizza Tour derailed all my good progress. But we've been craving sushi. We haven't had sushi in over a year. So the first chance we get to have good sushi, we're going to enjoy it guilt-free and then right back onto the healthy train after that.
Oh, sorry, I just sneezed. I don't
That's
know.
right. Food type.
Well, I'm excited for you to continue this journey. However, I think that you should go for 2 weeks, because you're talking about
Oh,
your cravings. You're
yep.
talking about how your body is like you're seeing these cravings and everything like that. I think like right now you're in the good, like you're in the spot. You're firing on all cylinders. If you can last another week, I feel like you've mastered the craving.
I
Like
think
right
you're right.
right now you're at a point where like if you end it in 2 days, you're not just gonna go back to eating what you ate, but like you didn't control it because you ended it early to
Mhm.
go and eat normal. Yes, you understand that you whatever, like you understand it, but I think like if you continue it to 2 weeks and you reach day 14, you've become the master of your
Master.
craving.
And the teachings of Slug Senior are deep in me because we have about 400 pounds of potatoes upstairs and waste about one on. As soon
Exactly,
as I'm
you
off
can't
the sled,
waste them.
the potatoes are going in the trash. And Hannah's like, I like potatoes. I have no problem throwing these damn potatoes away. We will get rid of potatoes. Plenty of people will take potatoes. But knowing that there's that many potatoes up there, also, I'm okay with, like you said, I'm focusing on those cravings. The fact that I wanted all the bad for me foods, like all the fried foods, bread, carbs, candy, I know that my body's getting over those things. And I think it takes like, what, 30 days to break a habit? So 2 weeks isn't that much. But I want to continue to break the habit. And by doing so, if I continue to eat potatoes, but then just slowly introduce things to help me still get away from these cravings, such as hot sauces, and some of the cleanses even say sweet potatoes are okay. So that's like my ace in the hole. That's my Hail Mary to buy me an extra couple days. So I went 4 days with just plain potatoes. Now I'm going to try to go 4 or 5 days with potatoes with a little bit of hot sauce, and not every day. But I am having Hannah whip me up a bowl right now. So my first meal I've not had yet. We woke up a little late, so the potatoes are roasting in the oven right now, and I will have some hot sauce potatoes hopefully within the hour, because it's interesting. I'm not hungry, but I'm starving at all times. So it's fun trying to get. That's what's also fun about this is learning to listen to my body more. Growing up, I know my mom would always say, like, you're not hungry or you're not starving. It's okay to feel hungry. You have to learn what the feeling is, not being hungry and not being stuffed. So my body, I'm trying to learn, is it hungry or is it just tired of potatoes? So like, am I not wanting to eat right now because I am full and I am content, or does my body not have an appetite because it no longer wants potatoes?
Mm.
So I think by going through 2 weeks of this, it will be a better learning experience. As long as I can continue to produce bodily functions at a healthy rate, I will continue this for the full 2 weeks. And I'll have, some plain in the morning, maybe a little seasoning at night, or a little hot sauce at night. But I will be mixing it up now. I went 4 days plain Jane. I'm tired of that. I'm done with that for now. So I will now continue to just do potatoes, but I will introduce some sauces, a little extra oil here or there.
Slug, I
nothing.
vow this to you. If you make
you
it to day 14, I will purchase and create and find a Mr. Miyagi headband for you so that
It's
you
on.
can show that you are the master of the
I'm the
potato
master.
cleanse. I will find that for you. A Mr. Miyagi, Cobra Kai, the headband that Daniel-san wears. I got you.
The Miyagi-Do is different than Cobra Kai, okay? Although, like, Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do are going to team up in season 4. Spoilers, no spoilers. However, yeah. If you get me a Miyagi-san headband that he gives to Daniel, like the blue and white stripe, you whip that up for me, I can make it 14 days. Also, it's fun already knowing that there's a challenge. That hot sauce guide got us some delicious snacks that are going to derail me that are eventually going to show up. But that's another challenge Hannah and I talked about. It'll be a great test. I can be healthy. I can taste a couple unhealthy snacks on the show, and then I'm done. I don't have to finish the whole bag. I don't have to then eat pizza and garbage afterwards. I can just have a couple snacks on the show and then be healthy.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that is also a good transition. We are not reviewing anything this week, but hopefully next week we will be able, courtesy of the hot sauce guide.
I'm gonna need one more week because if we go next week, that's gonna break the 14 days.
Oh yeah. Well, we're throwing it out there. Hot sauce guide landed us some pretzels. They're like beer pretzels. They've got a ton of different flavorings. They're going to be sent here, and we're going to review them. It's from, I believe, Roth's Pretzels. We're getting 5 different flavors, and we're going to check them out. They call themselves the world's spiciest pretzel. So we'll see. We are not eating the world's spiciest pretzel, but we will have Hot Sauce Guide on while Hot Sauce Guide eats the hottest. Well, I don't know if he wants to do that. He might do that on his social media, but we'll rehost it, or we'll watch the video of him burning the shit out of his mouth eating the capsaicin extracted pretzel dust that come on these pretzels. So that'll be our next product review, I think, is those Roth pretzels.
And if we get them next week, I mean, I can just eat a couple pretzels while still maintaining the lifestyle. I would like to be able to say pure because I don't want an asterisk beside my win. Like, whoever wins the Super Bowl this year, they're getting an asterisk. They just need to know that. Like, winning during 2020 don't mean shit. Winning the shortened NBA season in the Dome don't mean shit for the Lakers. Sorry, LeBron, you got to do it again.
Well, and it looks like they're on their way to doing it, and they're first in the
yeah, they're doing all right so far. But also, there's still, I mean, at least this is a full season. But with the COVID things that change, if games get canceled, postponed, that's funky. If you get to play against a team without their starters because one of them went to a strip club and got everyone sick, that's not fair.
I got you. I understand. You just went on
I'd like the Bucks to win because of the money, but I really don't want the Bills to win because that'll derail a lot of bets for me. I saw somebody on FanDuel bet $250 on the Bucks to outright win and the Bills to outright win. $250 pays $52,000.
Well, it's 14-10 right now. Bucks going into 4 minutes into the half, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm pulling for a Bills Packers Super Bowl. That's what I want.
That would buck me on every bet. So of course you would.
It's not intentional. I didn't know that's what you were betting.
Chiefs. I need Andy Reid to go back to back.
I'd be okay with the Chiefs. I would love for them to go back to back. But Bills Mafia's just got something, you know? They deserve it. They deserve it. And I'm all in on Aaron Rodgers this year. I've been watching his interviews each week on the PMS and stuff, so he's won me on his side. Big fan.
I'll be happy. The good news is it seems like this is going to be decent. Although Tampa Bay really hasn't impressed me all year, but I think anybody but Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl will be great. But even if it is Tampa Bay, it just means Tom Brady made it to a Super Bowl without Bill Belichick, and I love that.
Yeah, that is good.
Don't get me wrong, but I don't like Belichick either. And so I think if I had to choose the lesser of two evils, I would prefer Belichick over the New England Patriots.
I gotcha. And so that's going to lead me into the next subject that I'd like to talk about for the second half of the pod. In the Fat Guy folder of fun, I've got some questions for us. I'm gonna see how I can just throw these up here on the screen for you to watch. That didn't do what I wanted it to do at all. Okay.
You're right, Steve. Pat would be very proud and happy to see the Bills hopefully not choke another one.
Yeah, Pat's organizing that from heaven for sure. All right, so this is our Super Bowl Sunday snack. You can only pick 3 of these things, and I'm sure this is going to make you so happy since the only thing you can eat is fucking potatoes.
Yeah.
It really wasn't intentional, but
it's alright. I've been. Ooh, that's what you're looking for. I've been on Food Talk. I've been on Food Talk, and Food Talk hasn't been that hard. Get the fuck out of here with veggies. Get the hell out of here. Even considering wasting a square on that.
So if you had your Super Bowl coming up 2 weeks, you're throwing a party, and you had to choose what you were presenting to your friends.
Presenting, not personal.
You were having a party, and present, even if it was just you by yourself, what 3 things are you pulling out? What's going to be on your table?
Well, subs. Am I allowed to have Jimmy John's?
Yes, you
gotta. Do I have to make them myself, or is it a Jimmy John sub?
It's just a Sunday snacks subs. I don't care how you get it.
So I'm definitely getting some Italians and some bootlegger clubs, which are turkey and roast beef from Jimmy John's, and cutting them up. That's my number 1, hands down. That's kind of like the base. That's something that'll stick to your ribs. That'll fill you up. I'm going with dips because dips are great. You could have some spinach artichoke dip. You could have some regular potato chips with French onion dip, and you can have some buff chicken dip. So you have like 3 nice dips on your plate. And I can already imagine my plate looking like a Bob Ross paint palette with just mounds of gooey orange buffalo chicken dip and some nice creamy green spinach artichoke dip. Now the third one. My third decision is a difficult one. I feel like I'm leaning protein, but I don't know. Am I going wings? Am I going meatballs? Because I love pizza and I love nachos. But if I'm already having dips, I'm not bringing nachos. I'm not doubling up. And if I'm going carb heavy with the subs, I'm not going carb heavy with the pizza. So I think for my finger dipping, keeping my fingers clean, I'm going meatballs. If I'm ready to get messy, I would go wings. But I'll be high-fiving people during the game. I don't want to high-five somebody with a mouthful of ranch and a handful of buffalo wings. So I would say my platters that I'm serving up, my spread, are subs, meatballs, and dips.
Okay. Your logic, it was absolutely perfect. I would choose dips because you said it, buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah.
Sweet baby Jesus, that's the best thing on earth.
So good.
I can house it. Sometimes I make it for dinner. I just love it. Okay?
Yeah.
But also spinach artichoke dip is good. Just some ranch dip with like chips or pita, whatever. Good.
Yeah.
Like
hummus is 100%.
Yeah, so dips. I'm all in on dips. Meatballs. All in on meatballs. Sweet and sour meatballs, or even just Swedish,
Italian, whatever.
Even just Swedish meatballs, just fucking tomato sauce meatballs.
You just give me tomato sauce. You can melt the cheese over the crock pot. And let me just scoop them out, put them on my plate.
Yeah, you get a nice little cheesy dip. You can then dip your meatballs in that dip. I'm all in. As a chicken guy, though, I lean towards the wings. But if I'm having buffalo chicken dip, I'm going to hop out of the wings just for the sheer fact that I've got my chicken, I've got my spice,
Yeah, you don't
It got
need
my
that's
range.
redundant.
So then I'll probably lean sliders. It's
Yeah,
not normal. It's
mm-hmm.
not normal. But if I already got my chicken fix, and I'm a huge chicken guy. Chicken is my thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with some nice sliders, just with some like random some barbecue sauce on that, like a little mini bacon barbecue slider, or even like a A1 slider. Like just you could get real creative with the sliders. Like you can make like remember that one time guy he was making us sliders and he almost burned the house down whenever he was making a.
Everybody's starving in my apartment because he said come over at 7, but he didn't start cooking till 7, and he's cooking everybody baby burgers. So we're starving, and he's barely putting out one burger every 2 hours. But he's crazy. He had the tomato pesto mozzarella slider. He had like the caramelized onion slider. He had like a sweet and sour slider. He had a bunch of different sliders.
Yeah, and they were fantastic.
They were.
So I would above pizza and nachos. I'm not a big rib guy in general. Subs, I
love great ribs, but I'm not trying to cook and serve them. I'll pound down my own ribs on my own time.
You could technically cheat, and since veggies are dippable, you could get your veggies in with your dip. You know what I mean? Like make the focus of that your dip. And then because like even I'll take a carrot and use that for my buff chicken dip. You know, I don't need a cracker or I don't need a tortilla chip. I don't know why I said cracker. Like I don't need those. I'll eat it with a carrot or like a whatever. But yeah, so that would be my go-tos. Pizza, nachos, not necessarily something that I feel like is necessary.
Like, I love them, but yeah, I don't need them at this party because like I only want to crush pizza and nachos by themselves. I want to eat a whole pizza. I want to eat a whole platter of nachos. I don't want to just have a little serving of nachos.
Or make nacho dip.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not a real big fan of that kind of like talk. Now, I do love my aunt's taco dip. I had to call her and say, listen, a couple of years ago, I don't know if it's family secret, but please, 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 I haven't been home in years. I'm not going to be home for a couple of years, but please, Aunt Natalie, I need to know what your secret taco dip is. And that got me through the low carb style. When I was on my like 18 months of low carb, losing all the weight, I often made a taco concoction based off of her salad, which just like cream cheese and sour cream base with the meat and the tomatoes and the cheese all mixed up together. And that's really
taco salad is amazing. Like taco salad dip is so good. My aunt used to make that all the time and it was so good.
Brother Steve, a chicken bacon ranch from John's if it wasn't burnt down. But you know, Hannah's I mastered while being low carb, throwing shredded chicken into like some cream cheese with some Colby Jack, with onions and bacon bits, and I was able to recreate that flavor. So I could make some baller chicken bacon ranch subs. All right. And we found the key. The key is wrapping it in tinfoil and just letting the sandwich sit there for a couple minutes to kind of just congeal. But okay, good exercise. Do you have another one on board?
I've got 2 more. So this one, you can only choose 2 smells.
Oh, smells. I like this. Okay.
All right. You can choose fresh cut grass, homemade bread.
Real quick, you can keep going. Who the fuck has chlorine up there? Who wants to smell chlorine? Go see a doctor.
So the choices are fresh cut grass, homemade bread, strong coffee, line dried sheets. I would just chalk that up to laundry. I think laundry is just dark chocolate, garden dirt, campfire, brownies baking, chlorine, baby snuggles, apple pie, banana boat sunscreen, new books, fresh towels, leather boots, or the right before it rains. I chose campfire and strong coffee. There is nothing better than when I'm getting up in the morning, I'm sitting on the toilet, you know, looking at my phone, just prepping for the day, ready to get in the shower, and I smell the pot of coffee that Gabriella made us is literally just like, I'm going to hurry up, get through this process so that I can go start sipping on that sweet treat. You know what I mean? It's not even sweet. It's bitter, but, you know, it's a sense.
Still have that greatness.
So I would absolutely love strong coffee. And I'm a big fan of campfire smell.
You're so funny.
My potato Wheeze says in chat, My potato cleanse helped reprogram my spelling urges so that the only thing I want to smell anymore is chlorine.
If I come out of this addicted to the smell of chlorine, then I will have rued the day I didn't seek medical professional opinions before doing this cleanse.
And so then my secondary smell is a campfire. I just like whenever someone's having like a campfire in town, I open up the windows just so I can smell it. I just absolutely love the smell. And I learned from some other friends that had seen this that the campfire smell is pretty divisive. Not a lot of people like smelling like smoke. And I always thought that like it was just like a kind of like it's like cigarette smoke. Fuck that. No, but like a nice wood burned like campfire smoke. I thought that was like universally liked, but that seems from at least the small pool that I've seen this from that it's pretty divisive. So what are your two?
Interesting. So you're right. I think 100% campfire has to be number one, because going back, that just takes me to my happy place. Anytime you have to do those stupid exercises where like namaste, think about a happy time. It's always a bonfire, or it's always the campfire that we'd have going 24/7 for the whole week of our Boyd family get-togethers, where we all just go over to Pymatuning and have a good old week and just smell like smoke. Just that, the embers, the hot. Now, even when the smoke's blowing in your face, it's uncomfortable and you don't like it and you move, but it's not the same as cigarette smoke. It's not the same as burnt toast smoke. So there is something magical about a campfire smell. I want that. Now, I know people love baby snuggles and they say newborn babies have the smell, but I've never been that close to a newborn baby right afterwards to know what it smells like. So that's gone. Nobody likes sunscreen. Thinking about sunscreen, smelling sunscreen makes my skin crawl because I hate feeling sticky. So having someone have to rub sunscreen on my neck or on my ears, oh my God, I hate it. So that's gone. I'm leaning. Now, see, I'm not even the biggest coffee fan. I like a good cup of coffee every once in a while, but the smell is nice. So I'd hate to take exactly what you want. But I think I'm going.
I feel like Wheeze would go homemade bread and leather boots.
I want
new books. He'd go homemade bread and new books.
Or apple pie.
Apple pie. Okay.
And I don't know which one.
Fresh towels and line dried sheets are the same thing. So we'll merge that in the laundry, and then we'll add new car smell. We'll add new car smell.
Yeah. You did nail it. He would definitely take homemade bread and new book. I'm going to say new books. There, I find there's something peaceful about a library. Smelling books, whether they're new or old, but being in an area filled with that smell, knowing there's a bunch of people around, but no one's making a noise, that calms me down. So I would take campfire and new books for a Fahrenheit 451 twist.
I absolutely love the smell of books, but I think campfires speak to me a little bit stronger than like that library smell. But I'm a huge fan of like the library smell. But there's just something about strong coffee.
Like baking brownies, homemade bread. Are we talking like, oh right, thank you for that sub. Thank you for the sub, Yankees fan. Are we talking bakery smell or my own kitchen? Because I can't make the house smell great with just bread. But if I'm in a whole bakery who's just pumping out bread after bread, or I'm talking like 3 whole weeks of baking brownies, there's a difference.
Well, see, that's got me thinking too, and I didn't think of this, but like the smell of Mancini's bakery, if you're in McKees Rocks and you drive by that block, you're literally like, in the cartoons where I can't think of who it was.
Lift you off your feet.
But like there was like a smell and it would lift you up, like it would lift the characters up off their feet, and they would like. That's how driving past Mancini's and McKees Rocks is. That's something I didn't think of. That smell of the Italian bread, that's like home. Like I would literally walk 15 blocks as a kid to Mancini's just to get a loaf of bread with my friends because, like, absolutely loved it. So that is a tough one. That's got me thinking.
If I have a full bakery smell, I'm taking the homemade bread or the brownies. It's hard to I'd probably go with the bread because I don't want the sweet brownies making me hungry, but the bread is just comforting and it gives me a healthy hunger. not a sweet tooth hunger.
That
So
homemade bread's got me thinking of Mancini's back home now.
if we could change the homemade bread to a bakery filled with bread, then I will take the fire in the bread.
I'm surprised whenever I asked Messino this, he didn't choose homemade bread just because he lived a block away from Mancini's. But he might not have thought of that. Like, he might not have made that connection like I did
Like,
too.
you know what? I don't care.
I
don't want that. What did Messino say?
I honestly don't remember. It was a while ago. Let me double. I could check real quick.
Weeze is right. Alcoholics would want to smell sunscreen. And just again, I guess it's the same. I can't knock chlorine too much because I'm one of those weirdos that loves the smell of gasoline. Not diesel, not oil. But when you're driving into a gas station, I love the smell of gasoline. I'm just like, oh, that's nice.
Adam went with campfires and hot towels or fresh towels. Dev went coffee and before it rains.
Okay. I'm a big fan of the before it rains feel and smell.
I do like the smell of like the concrete that's been dry for a while, and then it has like the rain that like hits it, like that fresh, like there's like a weird kind of smell. That's okay too. But the more I think about it, strong coffee is still my number one, but campfire and homemade bread might be tied. But it's specific to Mancini. Well, so homemade bread. Mancini's bread isn't homemade. It's a bakery. Like homemade would be. So no, so it's still campfire.
Well, I mean, homemade it's still made fresh, but I get you.
If it was fresh baked bread, I would probably go with that over. But homemade, I've never made bread, so
I've been downstairs for a year, so I've not been near a kitchen in over a year. I don't remember what shit smells like when it's cooking. Now sometimes I will get a whiff when Hannah opens the door, comes downstairs. I'm like, oh man, you smell like tacos, or you smell like whatever you were making. But I don't know what it's. I've forgotten what it's like to sit in the room while the fragrance just fills your nose. So I'm sticking with new books and a campfire. What's your last one?
The last one is pulling it up right now, and this kind of takes a turn. It's a little bit different, but I saw it and I thought, you know what, I like this one.
If you don't turn, you're just gonna go in a straight line and end up right back where you were.
I don't like that you get to choose 3 of these because I think these are way too powerful. I think
cut it down.
I think you can only choose if you could choose 2, and then if you could only choose 1. So, I would go with number 9 and number 1. For 2 reasons, and for my reasons, let me explain.
Mm-hmm.
I would choose number 9 because as much as people say money can't buy happiness, money can buy most things. Unlimited money means that I could help heal a lot of people's illnesses or take care of their medical debt. Unlimited money means that I can kind of like choose my body type because I won't have to work. I can specialize and invest the money into whatever equipment I need, and or the time it takes I could dedicate towards that. I already found love forever in Gabriella, so who needs that, you know? Super strength I think is kind of overrated. I'm not trying to talk to any dead loved ones because that's just creepy. I love them, but I ain't trying to get into that kind of thing. Changing the past just results in a butterfly effect, and you don't know what kind of things would happen to that. I'm already super intelligent. I'm not Mark Madden level super genius, but I am already highly intelligent, so I don't think I need to worry about that.
Mark Madden's only a super genius when he's doing the highlight puzzles.
I know. And then perfect health, and because I chose perfect health, because you can't always choose what goes wrong with your body. So like people that are in peak physical condition and super healthy can still develop some negative health aspects that's just like out of their control. A tumor can still develop. Yes, there's an increased likelihood of like
might look great, but you can still die.
But yeah, like you can still get them. So I'm thinking with unlimited money and perfect health, I would be successful and be able to achieve any goals or anything that I need. If I had to choose one or the two, I still would probably go over unlimited money over perfect health, because I could then pay for and at least try to promote or get to as close to perfect health as I can with the available funds.
Oh, there's so many. So, like, I've often thought if any of these pills were to fall into my hand, I would excel and be happy with any of them. I could definitely make all of these work. So when they're like, choose your superpower, I almost feel like I'd rather have a wheel spun and just grant me a random thing and I'll work with what I got. Now, important question is, are we in our own universes, or do you coexist with me in this? I don't need unlimited money if you could buy me a van every once in a while. If you could buy me a house, I don't need unlimited money.
This is your own universe. You're the only person impacted by taking this pill. You do not have like allies. This is just.
Does perfect health remove cerebral palsy? Because technically that's not a health. Like, am I handicapped?
I would think that perfect health, because I think it would be fixed.
Oh, then get the fuck out of here. No one wants to be handicapped, and every loser that says, I wouldn't trade it for a world is fucking lying. Heads up, handicapable folks, you're stupid. Being handicapped sucks. You learn how to deal with it. It makes us better than some people in some aspects, and it gives us great tools and abilities. But anybody who says, I wouldn't trade being trapped in this chair for the world and I would not take a cure is full of shit. Like, I would take a cure. Would I redo my life? No, because like you said, butterfly effect. If I wasn't disabled and I didn't go to Edinburgh, I would never met you. I would have never met love. I would have never met my best friends in the world. So I would never trade that. But if you said, Doug, right now, would you like to no longer be disabled? Fuck yeah. So I would take, probably selfishly, the perfect health, and then I wouldn't need money. Come on in. It's the potato time. Woo!
Woo!
Finally. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah. Keith's burger sauce tossed potatoes. I'm so excited. Thank you, Hannah.
How's your water?
It's still heavy, I think.
All right. Let me know if you need me.
Okay. Now, for the final one. I was going to take heal others' illness and super strength. Those are my first two. But I can't use super strength if I'm stuck in a wheelchair. So I'm taking perfect health for myself. And I'm taking heal others' illnesses because I want to help others. Now, you're right. With unlimited money, you might be able to create a cure. But I'm taking heal others' illnesses as almost like I bop you in the head. Boom, you can see. Boom, you can help people. I would do that. I don't want to make people immortal, but if I could take suffering away from certain people, if I could heal their mental illnesses, not just their physical illnesses, man, I wouldn't need unlimited money because people would be writing me blank checks. Mm-hmm. So my two would be perfect health for myself right now if it meant the cerebral palsy was gone, and heal others' illnesses if I can help heal, cure cancer, AIDS, take away back pains, take away all those aches and pains that come with life, and especially if I can take away some mental illness. So those are my two. If I can only pick one right now, it's unlimited money. Okay. So if I can only pick one, it's unlimited money. Fuck the world. I'm going to be happy and fat and live until I die and be so much happier for it. And if I have to pick two, then I would take the more altruistic, help the world, be in perfect health with myself, and heal others.
I got you. Well, that's the pod. We talked for an hour. We talked your ear off. I have to say that this episode of the FGC Podcast was sponsored by FGCertified.com. Not by potatoes. It's sponsored by FGCcertified.com. So if you want to go check it out, share it, buy something, we appreciate it. I absolutely love the t-shirt and I love the mask. I've worn the mask multiple times this week.
Listen, doesn't matter what side of line you follow on, the president has asked us to please don't be fuckheads and to wear a mask for 100 days because that would greatly reduce the curve. So if you still need to get yourself a new mask, or if your kids need a mask, if an enemy needs a mask, Pat Got Certified got your back.
And that website is fgcertified.com. So, any parting last words before we get out of here? Other than potatoes.
I do. I follow somebody on TikTok, and they gave me some perspective. And I just want to go back. I haven't done this in months.
Okay.
But I used to drop a little slug knowledge at the end. Take everyone to church. Remember that perspective is important. 2020 was a shit year for the world. No doubt about that. People getting killed from the way they look and the way they think. We've had infighting with our loved ones. We've had crazy virus that's ravaged the nation, ravaged the world in some parts. But within these four walls, 2020 was one of the best years of my life. Okay, I got to stay home. I didn't have to worry if my van was going to get me somewhere. I didn't have a job, which sucked at first. But if I would have had a job during all this, I don't know what I would have done. If I didn't live with one of my best friends who helps take care of me every day, I don't know who would have come into my home if somebody would have showed up for work. I don't know if they would have got me sick. Because the country got shut down, I was able to reconnect with a lot of friends. I was able to rekindle. We were able to start Fat Guy Certified. So 2020, as a whole for the world, it was a very trying year. But personally, one of my top years ever, and I can't believe it. But it took a TikToker. It took a little 30-year-old girl on TikTok to just be like, 2020 was the most fire year of my life. It's when I became happy. It's when I became myself. So just have a little perspective out there. And that's all I'm going to say. These potatoes that actually have flavor are fucking delicious.
You should take a photo and at Keith Burger and let him know that his hot sauce is saving your.
You literally say to me, my potato bland. Yep. Let me get the phone.
All right, I'm out of here. We're turning the stream off. Thank you all for hanging out. We appreciate you. Truly, truly appreciate you all so much.